went into the Polo store. Like, he's looking for this hoodie, and I'm honestly, I don't even think I've walked in a Polo store before. Okay, so flash forward to what is it? Oh yeah, so also on Saturday we were supposed to go to the outlet mall, one of the closest ones here, and that was pretty cool. Um, but we didn't have that much time because he wanted to see this like basketball game, and we went into the Polo store. Like, he's looking for this hoodie, and I'm honestly, I don't even think I've walked in a Polo store before. But let me show you what I got, because, you know, I did want to get like 2 more outfits for school for the rest of the semester, but I was trying not to like go crazy at the beginning of the semester. But I think it was actually a good deal. So, yeah, the US Polo. I don't know the difference between Polo stuff, but there was like 2 Polo stores, and the ladies in this one were pretty interesting. Like, they always helped us. So I got this like pink, um, what is it? I should really know. Oh, it's not. I guess I got this pink button up shirt, and extra small, and it actually fits kind of like a medium. Like, the sizes were pretty big, and George couldn't really find a size because he's like really tall, so he couldn't find his length for his like waist because he's pretty thin and tall. So this shirt, let's see, the original price of this one was $30, and then the discounted price was 17, or yeah. So I paid $11.99 for this shirt, which is like what I would have paid for like a discount shirt when I worked at the mall, at the Japanese store I used to work at. And then so I'm really liking that. I'm probably gonna wear that this week. And then these jeans, so I tried them on, and I probably can't lose weight if I get these jeans, but they're just like black jeans and pretty nice. And so yeah, it says here that it's supposed to be $27.98. So I was like, okay, hola. I'm on my laptop because my phone hates me, but I think once I finish this video, I'm gonna figure out the expandable memory stuff. But I just wanted to show what I got at the store. I think I got to talk about the shirt, but if it got deleted, I paid like $11.99 for this shirt, and I think it's really cute. Like, I kind of like subtle stuff now. They had like some of the big symbols. I couldn't do it, but I think it's cute that George took me to like his favorite dude store, and I was like, okay, sure. You know, I need at least a couple more outfits. And then, so I got these pants. Yeah, these pants. Yeah, I don't think they're jeans. They're just like nice pants, and I just noticed this too. Like the American flag. I guess I'm an American. And yeah, so the price was, the original price was like 42, and then it went down to 27.98. I don't usually like think about like prices of like stuff, but these pants were $6.99, and I'm like, I was saying they were tight when I tried them on. If I would have known they were $6.99 when I picked them up, I would have been like, I don't give a F. But yeah, I'm probably gonna wear them this week. We'll see. But for $6.99, I'm probably gonna go back there. We just didn't have enough time to really go and do anything, so we went to Jamba Juice and I'm really into kale. Like, I actually like kale in smoothies. So I actually bought a bag of kale um, earlier. I just realized, oh yeah, I think I did film that. Man, okay, I'm so scatterbrained right now. Okay, so we went to Jamba Juice. We got some drinks. Yeah, I got the kale Ribian Breeze from Jamba. Then we went to this like dessert place, like I think it's like Madeline's or La Madeline or something with Madeline in it. And then, by the way, that was one of my favorite shows when I was younger. And then hmm, I got like a little lemon cake. You know what? I think I'm gonna put that somewhere. Or I don't know if this is gonna be in order. I'm so like, since like school is getting more like intense, I'm getting more like intense. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. So, um, yeah, so we went to the two polo stores and George got the same hoodie he already got, but it's like a brand new one, so his does, because he thinks his looks pretty worn out. Which to me it only looked like a little bit old, but obviously the new one looks like brand spanking new. So he was like asking me to pick out stuff since I used to work at a clothing store. And I've noticed, yeah, my style did change once I went to the clothing store. I kind of just like more clean, not loud stuff. But I guess I always had loud clothing because my mom bought my clothes and she likes loud clothing. But I like plain basics and then to accessorize with the loud stuff. But I mean, she still picks out some cute stuff for me, so I don't care. Like, now I get to pick it, so it didn't really matter before. I'm glad I had some clothes to put on. So, yeah, we went to the two polo stores. We went to John Beers. We went to get those little desserts, and I think we were hungry first, so we did the Jamba and desserts first. Then we went to the polo store. Then went to the other polo store, and then we went to what is it? Oh, we went to Bath and Body Works. So it looked like they had a nice like clearance bin, but all I want from Bath and Body Works now, because I already have two shower gels, I'm trying to be a minimalist and like only get each thing I need like at that time, because Costco turned me into like a bulk only chick. So in with that minimalist like goal that I'm setting for myself, I didn't want to get any more body washes because I already have two. And then I was like, I wanted like a foam for the a foam hand wash for the bathroom, but none of them were actually on clearance. It was just a bin of like body washes and lotions and stuff I could have got at the mall. So I was like, okay, let's go, because he was already going to be late and he couldn't even find his pair of jeans, which he's trying to look for online. It's just like a disaster. So basically, I just like showed him the men's scents because I really like those, and then while he was smelling them, I was like, that's a good gift idea. Like, I'm not trying to say he stinks, so I hope he doesn't think that. I think I'm just gonna get it for him a random gift. But, yeah, I just like how it smells. So it'd be like, oh my gosh, if he, like, I like how he smells. I don't like insulting dudes, but, like, I mean, it'd be cool. Like, actually, yeah, if he gave me body wash, I'd be like, no, actually, I think I'd be okay with it. I don't know. Anyways, um, yeah, I think that was that Saturday. That was Saturday. Um, after we went shopping, he drove me back home, so that's what happened. Okay, so Saturday afternoon, like around 4 p.m., he was driving me back to well, we were both going back home from the outlet mall, but he was driving me home first, and then uh he I forgot what he brought up, but I was really nervous and I was like, "Hey, so I have this situation I'm dealing with. I don't know if you would want to know, or I don't know if I should tell you. Like, it's kind of weird. I've never like discussed this with someone. it's just weird. So I told him my whole stalker situation, and he had a lot of questions like, how long were you guys dating? Like, what was going on? And I just felt like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be talking about my ex. But he was just like so supportive, and he was like, well, I want to know like whatever is like bothering you, and like he'll protect me and stuff. So I was like, okay, I was like really happy about that. But besides that, he was just like, okay, I really do want to see. I know he really wanted to see this game, so I was like, I'll talk to you about it later. But he's like, no, I really want to hear what you were saying. So call me when I'm like on the way home, and we'll like talk about it. So I talked to him a little bit more, and then he's like, yeah. So the game's in like halftime. Sorry, the game's in like halftime, so you can like talk to me. And I just explained to him like everything, and he's like, don't be like scared. Like, I don't think he's gonna come here. Like, I think it should be fine. And then he was like, and then he was like, okay, well, like, I think that, he's not gonna come here. And I think that what happened was he went out with someone else. And then when that didn't work out, he decided to bother me again. And I think now, like, even my mom, like, also, like, alluded to that too. So I think that's true. Like, it didn't work out with someone else, so he like came back and tried to bother me. So wow, I just realized I got like pink pen. How did I get pink pen on myself? I hope I wasn't mucking around with that all day. Ratchet. It's like white and black, so obviously that's not cute. Oh man, I'm always making a mess. Okay. Damn, I was sleepy. What was I saying? Um, so I explained to him everything about my stalker, and he was super supportive, and it was just really chill. And then, we saw each other on Sunday. And things seemed back to normal, like in all aspects. Like, there were no more messages from my ex. There's still no more messages from my ex now, which is good. And we just like started talking about other stuff, and can't remember for the life of me what we did. Oh, I was working on my stuff all day, like my work and I'm always organizing stuff, and it's actually fun to me. And then George came over later, and I was applying for this scholarship and doing my homework. So George kind of came over, and he was watching Family Guy while I was trying to finish his scholarship. And then, yeah, basically, uh, okay, yeah, so basically, um, I don't know if I'm getting sick or something. Like, why do I sound like that? And my eyes are watering, and I keep yawning. Maybe I'm just sleepy. So, because of that, we were late to what he calls a family dinner in his like house. And when we went there, all the food was gone, and I felt so bad because, like I said, I've been really late. And then, but I was finishing the scholarship, so I really didn't care. But basically, we got there, and there was just this awkward vibe that I don't know how to describe. I guess some people were leaving the house, and they were like, some people were dissatisfied, and they were just kind of whatever. So they gave me a weird vibe. These are the same people that were like, "You're George's girlfriend." it's like those people, but they were giving me like a sad vibe and they didn't really want to talk to me. It's just awkward. I don't know why. And yeah, so everyone ate their food, so George and I decided to go to Olive Garden, and that was like the best meal ever. Like, Olive Garden, I feel like I go to Olive Garden when I'm hungry, so if I ever go when I'm not hungry, it's probably gonna taste nasty as F to me, because it tasted bomb. It's tasted bomb every single time. Like, it just tastes really good. Right. So then, yeah, then we just went to Olive Garden and we were talking about stuff, and that was pretty much it. Sunday. Okay, so now I'm on Monday. Now on Monday, I should explain what happened. So this morning, oh yeah, this morning I went and hang out with George again. We actually ate our leftovers together, which is so dorky. And then like he made a salad too. I guess he had a salad there. And then he was showing me House of Cards, which seems interesting, but I have to like choose myself. Like I have to choose on my own what shows I'm gonna watch, because then I won't really be motivated, or I have to watch them with someone else every single time. So yeah, I haven't really got into that show yet. I have a long list of shows I need to watch, like everybody else, I'm assuming. So, yeah, we kind of chilled. Um, he actually left his laptop um, at that like dorm style place where the people were being weird, and or that dorm style house, and then so he had to go get that, and then when he came back I was still like really tired and still finishing my food, and then yeah, and then I was like, oh, I should probably get some work done and go home. So on the drive home he like asked me this question, simple question, because I got an email that was like Happy Black History Month, and I was like, oh, it's Black History Month, but I didn't really say like anything after that. I just said, oh, like it's February, it's Black History Month. And then he's like, as an Austrian, like I never like heard of like having a month for this or a month from that. He's like, if we would have separated people like that now, people would literally never interact. And then I was kind of like, well, yeah, like that makes sense. Like you're not from here, so you kind of don't really know like the underlying history of stuff. So we still have to deal with that here. And then he was asking me a lot of questions like, do I think I'm disadvantaged like as a black person? And then he was like, he doesn't like affirmative action, and like, we were touching on some serious like topics. So we've been like having like serious talks lately. We went from like barely talking about anything and like me just like not liking stuff he said to like actually having a serious argument. And so I wasn't mad at him, but the stuff he was saying like obviously like sparked some emotion in me. And then I kind of was like, yeah, a lot of people like, I just tried to explain to him like just the challenges that I might face. Like, not like, oh, I'm always facing this challenge, somebody's always telling me this and that, but more so that as a black woman, like, I don't know what is the next challenge. For me, last semester, it was this professor who was like racist and sexist and all this stuff, and it's like, I thought at the graduate level, I wouldn't have to deal with that, but that's just what happens when you are a black person. Someone else who is Asian might say the same thing, or someone else who's Latino might say the same thing. That's just my perspective. There's a specific black perspective that's completely different from the Latino and the Asian one, and it's not better or worse that like I have more hurdles or something to go through. It's just like obviously what I'm trying to say is like get people to understand like it's one thing if you're saying like it's one thing if you're saying like I have white guilt and I totally like, feel bad for what you're talking about. I'm not like me and George were talking about how like I'm not saying like you need to bow down and like be like, oh my gosh, my German ancestors like, never should have messed with your Jewish ancestors. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that all you need to do is just respect the fact that because of events that occurred in the past, there are certain benefits that some people have and other people don't. And that's not always financially or in that way or anything. But what I'm saying is that, like, the example I always give because I still feel like this still happens is like you walk into a store and you're not sure if people are asking you if you need help because they actually want to help you or if it's because they want to know if you're gonna steal something or like if you belong in the store. So I still get that type of attitude like once in a while, but I'm not saying like this thing is completely hindering my life. What I'm saying is this experience is not an experience that someone of other race might relate to. So someone of other race might not relate to that experience. And it's more times than not that they won't understand what I am saying or what I'm feeling or what even a black man goes through. Like, so I'm trying to express this and all this like kind of like emotional stuff is just coming up and I'm sure George like thought he like touched on something really bad, but it was just something that like we need to talk about and like I'm glad that he brought it up because I kind of mentioned before that I was like I'm not sure if he like gets like my position on stuff, like how he was like, oh yeah, like about black makeup and like stuff. But he's literally asking me questions because he doesn't understand. So I get that. But it probably came off really bad because I got really emotional about it and I was just like trying to describe a feeling because a lot of people ask the same questions like, oh, about affirmative action or, ask questions about this or that. So I wasn't trying to come off as angry, but I think it did come off like that way. And then he's like, I'm sorry if I made it like awkward for you. And I was like, no, I'm glad you talked about it because I would not want it to be like, I wouldn't want him to not understand my position on it. He doesn't have to agree with everything I say, but he did ask me like how I feel. Like if I feel like I have to go through a lot more, and I just try to explain to him that it's not like a measure of like how many more problems I have than other people, or, it's not about comparing, it's about everybody getting together. So, it kind of brings up stuff that's in the media today about like politics and I can't remember her name right now. I think I am really tired. Stacey Dash, talking about we don't need a BT and we don't need this. I think we do need it now, but if there's a time that comes where everyone's so diverse and we don't need it, it should still be an option. Like we don't need it at that time, but it would still be nice. The the thing that I was explaining to George is like, well, you could say that like, oh, like if you're acknowledging black history, you're not acknowledging Latino history or whatever history. But that's not what it's about. Black organizations and black protests and black groups have always been inclusive. Even when historical leaders from the civil rights movement and the past have been known to, always be compared and always be they were always conflicted with the idea of whether there should be white allies or whether it should be a completely black movement. And some people were like, we can only do this as black people together. And some people were like, we can only do this if we include everyone. So in modern times, I've never met a black group I've never met a black group that excluded anyone. and was like, well, you're white, you can't be in a black group. Like, when have you ever heard someone be like, well, you're white, you can't watch BET? Like, no. Anytime there's been a black group, it's been inclusive. So that's why I said it's just about appreciating a culture that was silenced for several decades and centuries, I want to say. So, I'm not trying to sound ignorant, but this is just my position at the moment with the knowledge I have, with the, emotions I have connecting to Black history. So it's not that one history is above another, or it's not that one history is more important, or one group is harder than the other. It's about appreciating the fact that, like, there is history there and there is something to be proud of. And like I said, Black History Month, it's not like we're keeping it a secret and we're keeping it between black people, like, oh, we have to remember our history. This is for us and for other people. We probably know more black history than other groups. So technically, we're taking the little or vast knowledge we have and sharing it with the world. So by saying Black History Month, you're basically honoring these figures in history because they've been ignored before, but also because it's a source of strength, information. Like, you don't have to be black to appreciate someone who made a difference in several people's lives. So, I guess, yeah, I get really passionate about that, and it's not a question I get every day. So, I think when I'm explaining, I have more emotion than I think, you know. So I hope I didn't scare George, but I just texted him and he texted back. So he's still alive. I didn't hurt him. But I think it's important, like, we've been having a lot of serious talks, and he told me he's only been back for 3 weeks. I feel like we've been dating for like 3 or 4 months in these past 3 weeks, because we've talked about so many like things. Like, I think that's also why I haven't been filming like as much, because like some of the stuff we talk about, like, I definitely can't film, like, they're like such like intimate topics, and like about futures, and like everything got so serious now. So it's even harder to pull out my camera and be like, hey, by the way, like, I need to do this thing, and I'm like, I'm running out of time in the day, so that's been really good. And if anyone's had that kind of experience where, like, you're just giving your opinion and you don't know if it came off as like aggressive with anything, but obviously more specifically with like someone asking you your perspective as a black woman or a black person, I just feel like I came off like really angry, but it wasn't angry. It was just passionate. Like, it was just like, I wasn't mad at him. I wasn't mad at white people. I wasn't mad at anyone. It was just like, almost defensive. It was almost like I was defending Black History Month, but I was just saying this is my opinion on it. You can agree or you can disagree, but I'm sure, like, it just sounded a lot different than usually what I deal with. So yeah, that's what happened. Wow, that was today. I'm like, I must be really tired because I forgot that was today. So I got home, I cleaned up a bit, took a shower, and then that's when, oh yeah, so I could wash my hair. And then that's when I went to the store and got some like stuff from CVS, and then I went to HEB and got some chicken for dinner. I think I'm gonna try to cook a lot more, and yeah, I guess I'm really tired. But that's pretty much what I did today. Came back and made dinner, and now I have some random YouTube videos running. So yeah, bye.